We are live.
There you are. Hi, Sienna May. She can't hear,
hi.
though.
Yeah.
She doesn't have headphones in.
Right.
I'll wave at her.
Really yes. Mimir says hi. Do you want to say
Tell
hi
her to say hi to Sandy.
Hi, Mama.
Tell her to say hi to Sandy.
Hi to Sandy.
Hi, Jan.
And say hi to Kevin.
Hi, Taryn.
There we go. Where's Forbes?
Wait.
I have
you
no
can't see her?
kids.
You can't see her, really.
I can see. Yeah, you should be able to see her.
Is anyone getting the YouTube stream?
Yeah, maybe
Chat
you're
room?
not live. Oh, Mike can see her. Okay, and there's Sandy sees her. Only Sienna today. All right. Oh, we can't turn off. Lindsay, go ahead and turn off the air conditioning. Oh, Kevin just way back. Oh, here she comes. Come here, sweetie. Here you go. And now say hi. I'm going to say hi to Pip here. Let's see. Can you hear?
Hello,
Say hi,
Sienna.
Hi, Pippi.
How you doing? Wow.
Oh,
She's got.
say hi, Jill.
Hi, Tara.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Tara.
All right. Oh, you smell like peanut butter. Okay.
Oh.
I think we're done.
Come here, Sienna.
Okay, bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks. Lindsay. Oh, you got the note about turn off the AC? Okay. Trained podcaster. Yeah, she really does. Forbes gets a little shy. Sienna, not so much. I don't know where she gets it.
No, I can't imagine.
All right. Well, it's good we had some fooling around time because we have a long show, but not a lot of recorded show. So let me do a test recording. Make sure you guys can
Wait.
hear playback. What?
Shouldn't we do a little roll call?
Oh, well, nobody called for roll call.
I'm calling for it.
All right. We have Seamus and Kevin and Mike and Jill and Lindsay, the daughter, and Sandy and Steve. It's a tiny little list today. Where's everybody?
Oh, and someone just dropped off.
And they're yeah, they got to see. Oh, maybe Ian might be here. Yep, I see Ian starting to talk. He's in the
Sidebar.
He's in the sidebar. It's hard to tell when people are in the sidebar. All right. There he's here. Yeah.
Hola.
All right. Let me do a test recording, Steve.
Okay.
Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com. All right, let me do playback. I want that a little quieter. I got maybe around there. Let's see. Oh, I'll ask a question in a second. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com. Heard it? Good. So here's my question. I have my MacBook Pro with the ViewSonic display to my right, and I wanted to hook up my iPad with iPad mirroring my display, and I turned on Wi-Fi, but my iPad is not showing in the list. And the way the iPad is connected is through a Thunderbolt dock, but it's only using a USB-C cable. Am I unable to see it because I'm using a USB-C cable, or am I doing something else wrong, do you think? Oh, no, MacBook Pro can support 2 external displays, right? Jill says make it more complicated.
Yes, it can.
Wait, where's my phone? Oh, darn it. My phone isn't in here. I should have a picture of how bad this looks right now. It shouldn't have to be Thunderbolt, right? Anybody know? Mike and Kevin are answering. Oh, that's loud. Don't do that again. That was me moving my microphone stand. Yeah. Be simpler if we just all flew out there. Probably. Well, if anybody thinks of a way I could do that, because I have to keep going over here to Discord. It'd be nice if Discord could be here. Who knows? The screens are just too small these days. All right. I'm going to go ahead. What's that?
I forgot to put on the chat room.
Ah, there we go. All right. Some water. Stay hydrated. All right. Here we go. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, June 16th, 2024, and this is show number 997. That's what I hate, is I don't have enough fingers. I can't see the script and Hindenburg at the same time. That's what's tricky. Thank you, Kevin. I should save it as something, and it should save in here.
Did you just cut both? It looks like you cut your...
Oh, I did. Thank you. Good job, Steve. Thank you. I would not have noticed that. All right, now why... this got messed up. There's no line feed there. All right, here we go. I'm going to keep going, though. I would like to issue a specific... Dang it. It's so hard to do this with one hand tied behind my back. There we go. I would like to register a complaint right now with the live chat room. I know they have a lot of responsibilities, like asking for roll call, reminding me to do chapter marks and to save, and reminding me and Steve to count the chapter marks at the end of the show to make sure I don't forget any of them. But they're also supposed to catch me if I say something obviously incorrect. So imagine my dismay when Kiwi Graham, who wasn't even there on Sunday, so he wasn't responsible for it that week, had to be the one to tell me on Monday that I introduced the show as number 966, not 996. Now, you notice that sounded wrong because it was way farther away from 1,000 than he was expecting. Now, this was not his job, and I expect the live audience to do better, okay? Now, your punishment is that there will not be a live show on June 30th. Well, technically, there isn't a live show because we're going to be on vacation on June 30th with our kids, but I just thought that'd be a good way to, really put the fear into you. Anyway, we will be here on the 23rd, so a week from now, so you will have a chance to redeem yourselves. I can't quickly stop the... it's really hard. Since I can't see the Mars Edit and my recording software at the same time, I can't stop it right away.
Sounds like you need another display.
Yeah, it would be nice if I could have that display on the left working. Anybody figure it out?
Want me to bring my
scolded.
iPhone?
What's that?
Want me to bring my iPhone over?
Run Discord there. Yeah, I just don't understand why it's not working. They're both on Wi-Fi, and they are on the same Wi-Fi. Let me check that. Yeah. They're on the same Wi-Fi.
Ouch, scolded.
Never tried that. Bluetooth is needed for Sidecar. Okay, so Bluetooth is on my iPhone. On my iPad.
Is that a new iPad? Has it been approved to talk to your Mac?
Yeah, I have used it with this Mac like in the last week. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, Alistair.
That's pretty cool.
Let's see. I need system settings and Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Take a minute to install Sequoia
Ian's
Beta.
got a great one.
It's great. Okay. When I look at Bluetooth, I do see a Samsung 8 series TV I could connect to.
No, don't do that.
But it's like, maybe if I turn Bluetooth off and on again. Disconnecting Bluetooth till tomorrow. Bluetooth connections enabled. Nothing. That's weird. Or maybe it's because I'm doing it wired. Maybe I need to unwire it. Battery's going to die, but let me try that wireless, because you can do it wireless too, right? Yeah. It'd be more interesting if you guys could see my screen, but that's not happening. Nope. That's weird. All right, well, not today. Actually, I could have Discord up over there. I think that might open a hole in the space-time continuum, though, if I was in there twice. All right, I'm going to close that. Okay, can't quit system settings. Have to do it that way. All right, I'm going to do a chapter mark. I'm using a mouse left-handed. I'm real good with it, too. And drop in a chapter mark. And right-click, copy link, and paste. There we go. All right, here we go. Why didn't that do anything? Well, the MacStock conference is coming up soon, July 12th to 24th. I'll get it right yet. 12th to... Okay. Nope, we're going to have to start that one over. Can't even read two numbers. Well, the MacStock conference is coming up really soon. It's going to be July 12th to 14th in Woodstock, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. It's so much fun. And if you attend, you'll get to see me, Jill from the North Woods, and Marty Gensius that you've heard on the show. They're all going to be speaking at MacStock. Now, Friday the 12th is workshop day, which is, something you can choose to go to or not. And that's where people like me will be giving hands-on instructions on how to do really cool things. Saturday and Sunday, or the 13th and 14th, are the regular show presentations. You can buy a one-day pass, a weekend pass, or all 3 days, which of course that's what you want to do. I love MacStock, and I hope to have as big or bigger of a showing of NosillaCastaways at this year's show. We represent there. Let me tell you, we are a significant percentage of the audience, so that's really fun. If you can come, use coupon code PODFEET, all caps, to get $30 off. Now, I get $30 off too if you use the coupon, but the main thing is I want you to come. I want you to be there, come up, hang out. It's going to be great. Follow the link in the show notes to MacStock Conference and Expo to check out all of the speakers. See you there. Now, we've got a great show today with an article by me, an interview with Brava from CSUN's Assistive Tech Conference that's really for everybody. It's not just an assistive device. Got a tiny tip by physics nerds Graham, who you're going to be hearing a lot from him in the upcoming weeks. Anyway, he's going to be talking about password sharing with Keychain. And then there's a terrific conversation between me and Adam Angst of Tidbits about WWDC. Now, we had a strict agenda that we did not follow at all. And I assure you, you're going to hear things you haven't heard on other coverage of WWDC. All righty. Nobody's chatting. Oh, no, it's just Kevin saying save again. All right. Right. I'm getting better with my left hand here. Right click copy. I'm not even good at mice in general, so this is, why didn't that do anything? Oh, maybe it's this. There we go. I get my keystrokes confused between ScreenFlow and Hindenburg. In fact, I should probably switch one of them, just make them the same. Remap some keys. All right. Where's my trackpad? It's in the middle of the keyboard, but in order to get to the trackpad with my right hand, I'd have to put my hand around the microphone. So I'm going to lift the microphone up so you can see it, but this is the microphone, and it's standing to the right, and so I have to wrap my hand all the way around it like this to get to the trackpad, so it's kind of hard. And I could put it on the left, though, couldn't I? Why isn't it on the left? That's a good question, Sandy. Why isn't it on the left? Okay, this might make noise. I could mute my mic. Let me mute my mic for a second, because I'm going to flip it to the other side and see if that works better. Because this is driving me crazy. Okay, I'm muting myself. Okay, I'm back. Does that sound significantly different?
Sounds about the same to me.
Okay, good. I still can't see both my screen things at the same. Oh, maybe I can go really wee tiny. There we go. Or I could move. Oh, I got an idea. What if I put favorites? Can I put favorites at the bottom? Oh, I can. Ooh, I moved the jingles down to the bottom instead of the right, so I have a little more width to use on Hindenburg. And then if I move this right over, I can almost see them both. Almost. Oh, I can. Okay. That does help. Good. Well, at least I'm right-handed. I mean, I'd still use a mouse, but I could use it right-handed. Here, let's make this a mess, right? Let's swing. I do have a lot of time to kill here, so this is... I don't know why people call this watching the sausage get made. There we go. That's not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Gotta go back. How long ago did I do? Wow. That was on, I'm doing an article from a long time ago.
June 1st?
Yeah, but that's weird. That's not good. I'm double clicking it and it's not opening up. It's like I can't, oh, this is weird. Something's wrong with Mars Edit. I can't select anything but the, okay, I gotta quit Mars Edit. Let's see, I'm gonna save that. All right. Mars Edit wasn't letting me select anything but the latest episode, or the latest thing, so. Okay, let's see if I can get down here. There we go. Preview. Here we go. All right. Now we're on to something. Yeah, Mars Edit didn't like the mic on the left. Hey, maybe now I could use AirPlay. All right. Here we go. Okay. There. Nope. I'm a big fan of giant screens in Teslas for maps, especially because of how it displays navigation. In the Model S and X, the screen is vertical, while in the Model 3 and Y that Steve and I own, the screen is in landscape orientation. On the left side, you get a visualization of vehicles, traffic light. I'm starting this over. I'm a big fan of the giant screen in Teslas, especially because of how they display navigation. In the Model S and X, the screen is vertical, while in the Model 3 and Y that Steve and I own, the screen is in landscape orientation. On the left side, you get a visualization of the vehicles. You can also see traffic lights. It actually shows you whether it's green, yellow, or red. You can see pedestrians and even things like trash cans along the side of the road or those orange cones. When I turn on my turn signal, the rear-facing camera on that side shows me the over-the-shoulder view, so I don't hit a bicycle on the right or a car on the left. The right two-thirds of the screen is almost all navigation, and it's really good looking with lots and lots of detail. But everyone else on the planet who's experienced CarPlay says that it's amazing. We've rented quite a few cars with CarPlay, and while I didn't favorite it at first, it's kind of growing on me. The audio turn-by-turn directions are great. Some of my favorites include, not at this light, but at the next one, turn left. Or maybe take the right 2 lanes to exit north on the 405. However, the Tesla navigation gives much better situational awareness on the map. It's not just that the screen is giant, it also chooses a zoom level that makes sense for not just seeing the next block or two, but where you're going miles ahead. You always get more information on the Tesla screen than you do on a CarPlay screen. Now, CarPlay has so darn much clutter with their cartoony graphics that I'm always frustrated with not being able to see that big picture. Now, I know with fancier cars than the ones I rent, there are touchscreens so you can pinch and zoom, but on rental cars, it's super annoying to use the buttons and knobs to get to zoom in and zoom out mode. Again, the graphics are coarse, so they don't give the detail I get on the Tesla. But on CarPlay, my Apple Watch is in the game, so if a turn is coming up and I'm not watching the map closely, my watch will give me the little gentle taps to tell me to turn. I know that a left turn and right turn are supposed to be a different rhythm of taps, but I have never gotten the hang of knowing which one is which. It's easy enough to glance at the screen when I feel the tap, though, to see which way I'm supposed to go. Listening to podcasts with the Tesla audio system is trivially easy. I set up a playlist on my iPhone, and if Bluetooth hasn't connected to Steve's phone instead of mine that day, I hit play and the audio comes out of the car's speakers. I can use the scroll wheels on the steering wheel to jump forward and back in a show. I can stop altogether and change the volume, all without messing with the touchscreen. Now, I even know how to skip to the next podcast ever since I did that full-on detailed review of everything Overcast can do. I can also see what podcast is playing at the bottom of the left side of the screen. With CarPlay, though, you can directly access your podcatcher of choice, or at least Apple Podcasts or Overcast, without even looking at your phone. You can use the screen to navigate the podcatcher's interface and choose different shows and episodes. But I don't really want to do that kind of thing while I'm driving. When Steve is driving the rental car and I'm the passenger, it is a pretty cool way for me to be able to make the changes while he keeps his eyes safely on the road in front of us. The best part of CarPlay and audio is how it's intelligent about what to do when audio is playing, but audio navigation instructions also need to be heard. If you're playing music, it automatically ducks the music down while the navigation is read and then brings the music back up when it's done. But if you're listening to a podcast, it stops the audio while navigation's being played and then starts back up where it left off. That's genius. It's the best of both worlds. Sadly, in the Tesla, the audio of the podcast or music just keep on playing while navigation is being said out loud. The Tesla system doesn't really know anything but, hey, I'm connected to Bluetooth, good to go. You can see I'm conflicted on which one I like better. But after owning my car for 4 years, I realized I can have the best of both worlds. The other day I was going to meet a friend for lunch. It was about a half hour away in an unfamiliar location. My iPhone offered to start directions for me because it saw the event in my calendar. I wanted to share my ETA with my friend in case I ran into traffic, so I told Maps, knock itself out, do the navigation for me. Then in the Tesla map interface, I typed in the address using the on-screen keyboard to start my navigation. I started my podcast, and as expected, the show started playing through Bluetooth to my car. But what surprised me was that the audio navigation instructions came through from the iPhone over Bluetooth too. Now, I had the audio navigation turned off on the Tesla, so it was actually coming from my phone. And you know how I was jealous that CarPlay pauses podcasts when it needs to give driving instructions? Since this was the iPhone itself that's controlling that in CarPlay, not the head unit in the car, the same thing happens in my Tesla. It was awesome. I'm sure someone is yelling into the phone right now that I'm missing out on one big problem, that the two nav systems could choose different routes and things could get confusing. You're right, that could happen, and it did on my drive. On my way to lunch, the iPhone told me I could cut 3 minutes off my drive time if I took Catella. I had no idea when Catella was coming up or what I would do if I didn't take Catella, so I just kept following the Tesla screen. I didn't want to look down at my phone, which is on a charging pad below the big screen, so I simply ignored the confirmation request. Turns out Tesla Nav took Catella anyway, so I never had to decide between the routes. I think in general, if the two are in disagreement, I'm going to do what the Tesla tells me to do just because that's the one I can see, not because it's necessarily better or worse. On my way home from my lunch date, there were several options for where to get off the freeway, but none of them are necessarily wrong. The two systems suggested different paths, so I just took the one I normally prefer, and I'm pretty sure it was less efficient because it turned out to be under construction, and it was the one neither of them had suggested I take. But here's the thing. I'm not in that much of a hurry when I'm driving. I've learned in my 50 years of driving that rushing about just doesn't get you all that much sooner, and it's a lot less stress to worry about making every light and getting ahead of every other cars. Actually, I said that wrong. But here's the thing. All right. Excuse me. But here's the thing. I'm really not in that much of a hurry when I'm driving. I've learned in my 50 years of driving that rushing about doesn't actually get you all there all that much sooner. And it's a lot of stress to worry about making every light and getting ahead of the other cars. I'm a mellower driver than I was when I'm younger, so if it takes me 5 minutes longer to get somewhere, I don't lose my mind. The bottom line is that I've thought all along that I had to decide between my two available navigation systems, but I now know and realize I have the best of both worlds. I have the best parts of CarPlay, plus the best parts of the Tesla navigation. Save. Rushing about is also dangerous. Yes, it is. All right, did I miss anything fun? No, faster, Jill says. Faster, faster, faster. Bluetooth dongle for your CarPlay.
We had Bluetooth dongles for a while. Oh, he was.
He's talking about making wireless CarPlay.
Sandy not having wireless. Yeah. Is there a lag? Or is
I believe there is a lag when you do that on the audio, but
big deal.
Yeah, if you're just listening to podcasts, I don't understand why that lag would matter.
No, for CarPlay. Oh, that assumes you do your podcast through the same interface.
Yeah. Oh, Alistair, you're saying the backup a little bit of the podcast that is Overcast specific. You can turn that off. I like that though.
That's good.
We're-
No, I think he likes it too.
No.
Oh, I thought. He was saying
I thought you
things.
didn't like it. Okay, yeah. We were listening to something that was really complicated, a legal thing on a podcast today, and it's not really CarPlay, but Apple Maps kept interrupting like every third word, so we'd hear like 4 words go back 3, 5 words go back 2. You know.
But we didn't miss anything.
Not in the end. Yeah. Okay, good. You do like it. I mean, a lot of shows you probably wouldn't matter, but I just think it's genius that it does it one way for music and one way for podcasts. That's great. All righty. What's next? I think it's clean sailing. I don't think I do any more work after this. This next one is really cool. It is... This is going to make the show long, but I've waited a long time on this Bravo one. I think I should go.
Yeah, I think you
I
should.
should do it. Steve does all this work, and I keep pushing them out. But I love having them. I love having the safety net of content. Like, I'm going to have to do 2 shows back to back. But I think I'm okay. All right, now where's Bravo? Can't get to the finder. I would like to know why this is not working. Why can't can't AirPlay. All right, here we go. So I've already introduced that. So this is an oven that cooks with light. I'll play a little bit of it, but not too much.
Infrared light, which is heat, but
Still light.
it's still light. A form of it. A low frequency.
Electromagnetic energy.
Right.
All right, let's hear how this sounds. Plus the best parts of the Tesla navigation. I'm with Travis Ria at the Bravo booth, and you have an interesting, I'm going to call it an oven. Is that a correct description?
It's an oven that's not actually an oven. Yeah, it does a lot more than an oven. It can act like an oven, but it does so much more. The Brava was built, it cooks with infrared lights. So these lights were originally designed for the solar industry. They're very powerful. They can melt metal in a matter of seconds. They go from ambient to full power in less than 1 second. So Brava is powerful enough to sear steaks, but also gentle and controllable enough to poach eggs. It also gives you 3 independent cooking zones within the chamber itself, so you can cook.
So he's holding what looks like a cookie sheet, and it says 1, 2, 3 on it.
Yeah, so there's 3 different zones, and you can cook up to 3 different ingredients at the same time on the same tray with totally different levels of doneness, i.e.
Wow.
like a steak with potatoes and asparagus, or a steak with broccoli and cauliflower. We've got 8,500 recipe programs underneath the hood, and because we're powered by software and connect to Wi-Fi, it gets better every week. We push new recipes to every Tuesday, and about once a month we do software updates. So
I'm looking at something that's about the size of maybe a color laser printer is
That's
where I've
exactly
described
it.
the size. And it's got a handle on the front, and we've got some light up buttons on top, and a big green circular light might mean go.
I'm going to show you the reheat function here. So we have a camera that you can see that turns on right there, that you'll be able to monitor everything from the app.
So that since it's got an opaque front, since it's infrared light, you don't want all that leaking out, I guess.
Originally, yes, but we actually launched in August of last year a version with a glass door.
Oh.
So that you can see the light show that's going on inside.
Okay, that's kind of crazy. So the one we're looking at has a display on the top showing us that it's cooking.
That's correct.
Okay.
They all have the camera, even the version that has the door.
So you said it doesn't take time to heat up?
No preheat is required. At all.
Wait,
You
but
can
that's
do
probably going to save energy, isn't it?
a lot of energy. You can cook a whole meal in Brava in less time and with less energy than it takes to preheat your regular oven.
Well, I know our oven takes forever to preheat, so that wasn't that high of a bar to step over, but I get your point, yeah.
Yeah, it stays cool to the touch. And again, we're doing software updates all the time. So what it is today will be very different than what it will be in 3 months. We're working on some other assistive technology features like voice to text so that the blind and people with low vision will be able to cook really for the first time safely and independently.
Now, you mentioned before we started rolling digital bits here that you had some feedback from people working with people with autism?
Yeah. So we didn't originally design Brava for the assistive technology community. We launched it in 2018, and it wasn't until the middle of 2023 that we started seeing some orders coming in from a couple of places in Massachusetts that were helping people with intellectual disabilities. And so we got on the phone with them, asked, what's going on? How are you doing this? They told us, and we trained all of their physical therapists and occupational therapists, and we started seeing orders coming in. That we spread the word out in Massachusetts, and now we're here trying to learn from the community so that we can make Brava just more powerful and better for the assistive tech user.
Wait a minute, you want to learn from the community instead of assuming that you know better? That's weird.
Yeah. Yes.
Caught him off guard there. So if you stop this for a second, can you show us what a recipe looks like? How you get into that?
Oh, absolutely.
So again, we've got a display that's across most of the top of the device here.
So there's a lot of ways that you can find things. We can.
Okay, I'm going to pause the show for a second. Lindsay and I did some negotiations on the cost of her internet because it was getting out of control. They kept raising the prices, and it's terrible. And so we actually lowered their internet speed. And she was asking earlier whether it'd be possible, would they still be able to do things like watch Netflix or stream Minecraft? And so Steve and I have just been chatting. We think Lindsay should give it a try, and we want to find out if you guys start noticing things glitching, then we'll cut them off. What do you guys think?
I think it should be fine.
You think so?
I'm looking at my upload speed. It's not that high, so I think she's got
Could it-
plenty of headroom.
We're not saturating the pipe?
Not even close.
Okay. We made the children live like nomads for the last 30 minutes. They can't go the whole hour without the internet, right?
Splurge on them, Lindsay. Let them go wild. Well, keep them away from some channels. But.
All right, give it. Well, maybe I could bring the plastic one down.
Plastic?
Sorry, Kevin's talking about I need a sausage grinder here at Lindsay's house. I could add the plastic one to my traveling roadshow kit.
Yeah, just don't add the metal one.
This is empty right now, but this is what I carry in addition to my laptop and iPad. This is full.
That's your go bag for podcasting.
Yeah, my tote bag. All right, Lindsay, let them try it if you want to.
Let it rip.
All right. I think I'm actually going to cut this off. I can send. No, you don't need to send any more, Kevin. Stop it. Okay, let's see. So, physics nerd Graham, man, he is on fire. He's done 2 recordings already, and he's got 3 more or 5 more planned. And he talks a little bit slow, and he has kind of some long pauses, but he's got a really cute accent. And if you a British accent, I think you guys might have.
Sounds like I need to be jealous.
Oh yeah, this guy's got a voice. But I think you might want to use Smart Speed. I started editing it, and I thought, well, wait a minute. If anybody wants to take gaps out, they got a way to do it, right? All right, so. Oh, actually, I need to read something before this.
Yeah, that's what she meant by smart speed in Overcast. I don't know if other podcast apps have that. Most of them have it, right?
Yeah, save him for August. Well, that's exactly it, Alistair, is he's, the audience may not know that we are going to Africa for 3 weeks. So Jill is going to make her debut as a host of the NosillaCast, along with Alistair and Bart. So yeah, that's part of the idea. These are evergreen, so we're going to try to save them. Let me do a little setup of this first. All right. Go. In our Slack community over at podfeed.com/Slack, before WWDC, there was a discussion about password management with Apple Keychain, and physics nerd Graham jumped into the discussion. He had a tiny tip on how to share passwords with family members using Keychain. Now keep in mind, again, this discussion occurred right before WWDC when Apple announced that they're coming out with a standalone password app that will make this entire tip a little bit obsolete. However, there's still quite a while with the new OSs until the new OSs ship, I should say, and maybe you're not even going to be interested in jumping in right away, so Graham and I thought this tiny tip would still be interesting. Okay, and I'm going to unmute that, put this, some tiny tip music.
That's what I was going to say. Good.
Good job. Scroll. There we are. Put you down there, maybe. Oh no, that's going to get, was that going to work? I forget. Okay, let me check this because I was afraid I paused a little long.
Thank you so much. Yeah, pleasure meeting you.
in our Slack community over at... Good. Let's check here. Still be interesting. Too long. I know, Steve.
Here's a tiny tip on
Too short.
All right, fine. So Command plus
There you go.
zooms out. So if you see, watch the waveform. So I do Command plus 3 times. It
Plus
does
is
that.
kind of the standard.
Yeah, but the reason I'm bringing it up is Command plus on ScreenFlow doesn't zoom up the waveform. It zooms up the video. So I'm constantly hitting Command plus 3 times, and all of a sudden my video is blown way up when I was actually trying to see the waveform. That's one of the ones I was talking about that annoys me.
Play it out.
There.
Okay.
No?
Here's a tiny tip on how to get a little bit more out of your built-in Passwords app, even before Apple updates it. A bit of context first. I am the keeper of the keys for our family unit, so I'm in control of making our passwords unique and secure. My wife really appreciates having our banking secure, but finds managing it bothersome. We were on 1Password, which continues to be a superb market-leading app. I moved via some experimentation to ProtonPass, which I still like, but its integration is not always there. Ultimately, I wanted to use Apple's offering to save money. My requirements were the ability to generate secure passwords easily, the ability to lock passwords, and the ability to share them. Apple's keychain is the best for ease of use for me and my wife.
See what I mean about the pauses? Those are long pauses. Listen to this next one.
And I also know how to share passwords with her, hence this tiny tip. Since iOS 17.3, I've been...
So I didn't think I should edit his voice. What do you think? That one's going to drive me crazy.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
would
edit a
leave
little
them unless you've got one you just can't stand.
Yeah, but I mean, listen to how long these are.
Which meets the second requirement. They are locked.
Oh, that is long.
So on...
That's like 2 seconds.
It's long. Yeah. But I don't want to ruin the cadence of his voice, you know?
What you've just done.
Maybe just these longer ones.
Okay, here we go. This is
I
the
mean-
beginning.
Yeah, well, I can't stand it. I mean, what if you're listening on Apple Podcasts and you can't do this, right?
How long is his?
It's not too long. Oh, you're wondering how much editing I'm going to be doing?
Yes. Oh
No,
that's
that's
not
it.
bad. That's not bad.
Okay. I might mention that too.
Graham's going to hear this and he won't recognize himself.
Yeah, let Marco do it. Use Time Bolt on his segments? What's Time Bolt?
passwords.
Yeah, even that one's too long.
Time Bolt must do the same thing that Smart Speed does.
Does it? All right. Let's see. Mike says, not sure how much Apple's really updating passwords as opposed to making a better UI for it on all platforms. But that's the whole point of this tip is this is like saying, oh, in the UI that we have today, here's how you can share passwords. So, Kevin, stop it. One with an external power generator. She's got solar. All right.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. I'm going to do a little bit of speaking here at the end.
And even if we can, anyone sensible is going to wait a little bit before we get access to it.
Well, thanks so much for that, Graham. That was fantastic. Even if it is going to be Sherlocked soon, it's still a valuable tip, and I like it. We're going to be hearing a lot more from Graham in the future. He's got a bunch of other cool stuff he wants to tell us about. Automatically jump cut video remove silence? Oh, you're serious. Is it using AI? Rapidly edit any scene or words. World's fastest video timeline. I'm going to copy that link.
You finished that audio segment. It doesn't align with what I'm seeing in the blog post. Did you
What do you
add
mean?
some stuff at the end? Something doesn't align with what I just heard.
What
At
he
the end
said
of
or what
blog-
I said, honey?
What he said doesn't align with the end of what I'm reading in the blog post. They're not the same.
Yeah,
Did you add-
he changed it up a little bit.
Oh.
It's just not word for word.
No, it's not even close. He adds some tiny tip bonuses and bonus extras and options.
But he does the tiny tip bonuses in the audio.
Can you replay what he said at the end?
Well, here, I'll go back a little ways.
Now, as a tiny tip bonus, if you want to just have groups for your own organization,
Okay.
you can follow this.
You didn't
He
believe
does
me.
a bonus extra.
Well, and then at the end, he just adds a little bit of a thing there about about it getting Sherlocked.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so now we should be here. No, we should be here. And what is up next? I think support the show. Time to spam the audience. All right. Oh, sorry. We've been listening to Let It Go here. All right. Has anybody noticed any stuttering with the, or any problems with the video feed? Or audio or anything with the Tondies not having to live like cave people?
Nope.
Would you know if it was, Steve?
Yes.
How would you know? Are you watching the video? The live video?
I'm the producer.
Yes, that's why I asked the audience. All right, let me do the ad and wait to see if anybody responds. Oh, I scrolled the wrong way there. Nope, not audio. Got a video freeze before the Minecraft event horizon. Okay, good. All right. You know who is awesome sauce? John Murray, that's who. Every quarter or so, he goes to podfeed.com/PayPal and he sends me a very generous donation to show his appreciation for the podcast. He just made a donation and it really makes a difference. I hope if you find value in the content we create here, you'll consider being an awesome sauce, not being an awesome sauce, being awesome sauce. I hope if you find value I hope if you find value in the content we create here, you'll consider being awesome sauce like John.
I want to be awesome sauce.
You're awesome sauce, Steve. Oh, I forgot to say Happy Father's Day at the beginning of the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's been a great Father's Day, I have to say.
No, I didn't say it. I said I
Oh.
forgot to say.
Oh, okay. I take back what I just said.
Happy Father's Day, honey.
It's been a great Father's Day.
Good. You've had fun?
Yeah.
Good.
Had a good time. Good weekend.
And Lindsay's making a feast for you.
Father's Day feast.
All right.
Although she's
We are-
barbecuing.
She's barbecuing?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Not sure how I feel about this.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Feedback from Lindsay.
What'd she say? Don't sound so unsure.
unsure, Dad.
Let's see. I think any luck. Adam Angst is just pure joy. I mean, I just love that guy, man. He is so fun to talk to. The conversation's hilarious. That doesn't look
Alistair's
right.
doing a little airplane right now.
What's that?
Alistair's doing a little airplane right now.
Doing an airplane? It's a piece of paper with the food list on it, but that's not important right now. Alistair. All right. Something doesn't look right. Why is there a big gap in what I'm saying? That may not be the right starting point. Let's take a look. Being awesome sauce like John. Well, we've had another Okay. Yeah. That's so.
That's a good start.
Well, we've had another. I thought
That's good you
something
caught
said-
that.
It just didn't look right.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, she did that?
yes.
Lindsay.
Barbecued corn on the
Getting hungry
cob. All right.
She's going to make sure I don't get any. Great.
Because you made fun of it. Some sauce like John. Well, we've had another WWDC, and there's no one I like to talk to more about this kind of stuff than Adam Engst of Tidbits. Welcome back to the show, Adam.
Thanks for having me. It's always fun.
Well, one of the things I like to do is I look through Tidbits and I say, what is Adam interested in talking about right now? Oh, here's an article, and now I know he'll be excited about talking about this subject, right?
Oh, yeah. Now, let me tell you about all the stuff I didn't get to say, or I was writing too quickly.
Exactly. So I've got a link in the show notes to an article that you wrote about DubDub that was talking about the top 14 compelling features that you saw coming to Apple's operating system. And I want to use this opportunity to say all the stuff I didn't get to say when I hear other people talking about it on shows going, no, but what you need to understand, but from my perspective. So
yeah, and of course it's very important to note that it's exactly 14 because that's one of those SEO numbers. No, it's entirely random. I was writing, and then at some point I'm like, okay, I got to cut this off.
I love it. Well, one of the things we were talking about before we started recording was how fast this went. Right? You were panicking as you were trying to take notes.
Oh, just impossible. And actually, one thing I did was I spun up Audio Hijack. I hadn't used it in a long time. I spun up Audio Hijack. It now has a transcribe function. And so, because I wanted a transcript of everything Apple said, because they go so fast. And I swear this was the fastest one ever because they need to leave time for the AI stuff at the end. And so I can now prove this from the transcript. Is like they would literally say a sentence about a feature and then move on completely. You just no ifs, ands, or buts.
You should do
more
some
details.
word density metrics on that, right? How fast they spoke, and had to leave time for him flying from a plane or doing parkour and things like that, right?
That was fun. I actually do the sort of the closest I have to density metrics is part of the reason why I wanted to get the transcripts. I wanted to feed it to some of the chatbots. And see if they could summarize it for me in a useful way. And in fact, they couldn't because it was so tight already that there really weren't
or too many different subjects.
Right. And so then what I did, which worked better in at least Claude, was the only one that worked really well in, was I said, list out all the features that Apple talked about.
Oh,
And so it didn't try to summarize so much as extract, and it did better at that.
Okay.
But it was just an interesting experiment. Mostly what I've done, honestly, is I've searched in the transcript on a word and then found exactly what they said.
I did almost the same thing. I used Notability to do it. And one of the things I like about Notability is as you're handwriting or you're typing, you can have it be recording the audio, and then you can tap in your notes and it goes directly to where in the transcript they said the thing and plays it back for your ears. So you get all three mediums all interconnected with the same timing, and it worked really well.
Yeah, I honestly, I should do something along those lines. I actually don't listen to a lot of stuff that I want to take notes on. Apple events are the exception. And so I hadn't thought about this until that morning. I'm like, I wonder how one does this. Audio Hijack probably does it. And you know, and so I went there. But Notability would make more sense. Or, as we'll probably get to, Apple's own audio recording and transcription. We'll see how that works when it is.
Yeah. You know, I was frustrated by the presentation because I was just so impatient to hear the AI stuff that I was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. You're going to do something in music. You're going to do something in notes. You're going to do something in, pages, whatever they were going to talk about. Whatever it was, I was like, yawn, tired of this, moving on. Come on, let's go. And I think mostly I was annoyed because I thought it was going to be an hour. And we're at 45 minutes, and we're just starting Mac OS, I think, at that point, or maybe it was quarter after, or whatever. It was just, I was so worried they were just going to go, and then, maybe some other time we'll do AI.
Yeah, no, it was, I didn't quite know what to expect in terms of I was pretty sure they were going to talk about the AI stuff. I've somewhat given up on trying to predict how long Apple will go because I forget which one of the one of the most recent hardware announcements has been I forget what it was, like
iPad.
20 minutes. It was it was just they're like, oh, blah, 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 and then it ended, and I'm like, right, okay, you're done.
I mean, it was enough stuff, but it was like, well, 20 minutes, that's really a press announcement, isn't it?
And it felt like it could have been a little bit more because they do script these things still so tightly.
Yeah.
And and because they're pre-recorded, so they're literally writing and reading a script. And yeah, I mean, you guess you have to give these people credit. They know their lines.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, or they
are actors.
took the best cut.
Yeah.
They know their,
Oh gosh,
their
how many
editors.
times do they have to film it? How many times? Oh my God, it'd be terrible.
All right, I'm cutting you guys off. Isn't that fun? Like, we're not even on topic yet. We're probably, I don't know, a good 15 minutes in when I notice we're on our first bullet.
Do you ever actually talk about the keynote?
Yeah, we get there.
Good.
We get there in the end. We take a little while to get going.
Okay. How long is it?
Oh, it's long. It's over an hour, but it's delicious. I mean, the whole thing is just joyful and funny, and it's a
Not as good as
really
Lindsay's
good.
corn.
Well, keep rubbing that in on me. All right, I'm going to finish so Steve can make me a gin and tonic. Let me listen to the end here. All right. Well, thanks for coming back on the show, Adam.
I'm glad to be here.
I should make him a weekly segment. I swear, I just love talking to that guy. Let's see. Can you tell that I just love talking to Adam? I could talk to him all day. I mean, I had to cut us off on that, but we had such a great time. I always say, I got to get him back on more often, and I really need to do that. But that's going to wind us up for this week. Hey, don't forget to send in your 1,000th episode recordings to Steve by June 23rd. You don't have much more time here, and you can do that by emailing them to him at steve@podfeed.com. He's got quite a few submissions so far, and it's going really well. He's having all kinds of fun, not playing them for me, but definitely send those in by June 23rd to steve@podfeed.com. Speaking of emailing people, did you know you can email me at allison@podfeed.com anytime you like? If you have a question or a suggestion, just send it on over. We've got some big vacations coming up, so we can use some reviews. So if you just start thinking about it now, it's not urgent yet, but we're going to be needing some reviews this summer for pretty much most of August. All right, remember, everything good starts with podfeed.com. You can follow me on Mastodon, podfeed.com/Mastodon. Want to listen to the podcast on YouTube? Just go to podfeed.com/YouTube. If you want to join the conversation, you can join our Slack community at podfeed.com/Slack, where you can talk to me and all of the other lovely NosillaCastaways, like Physics Nerd Graham was in there. You can support the show at podfeed.com/Patreon or with a one-time donation at podfeed.com/PayPal, like John Murray does, except he just does it over and over and over again. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, head on over to podfeed.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. Thanks for listening, and stay subscribed. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, especially Steve. His name was John Murray, wasn't it? Better go
Yes,
check.
It is.
Is it? You're checking the spam?
I checked.
Because I did that off the top of my head. Not that I don't trust you. Yeah, it is. There we go. Let's find some closing out music. Count the chapter mark, Steve.
On it.
Father's Day to all the fathers out there, especially Steve. There are 4 lights.
4?
How many you got?
I got 6.
I got. My first one is wrong. My second one's wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the first one I didn't put the title in right. Let's see. Tessa Carp. Was it the first one?
Well,
Was
okay.
CarPlay, right?
Here's the question. Did you do one for the max stock discount?
I did.
Okay. I included that as well, and I got 6.
Okay, let me make sure this is CarPlay. I'm a big fan of the giant. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I wish I could make this go over. Okay,
Trust but
6,
verify.
yeah.
Thank you, Alistair.
Trust but verify, absolutely. All right, we are ready to export the show. NosillaCast audio. One thing I don't understand about Hindenburg is if I save the file out to a folder, wouldn't you think I'd probably want to also export to that same folder? It's always just some different folder. I think it should do the same one.
Random?
Well, it tends to be like if the last thing I did was chit chat across the pond, it'll be the CCATP folder. But I'm in the NosillaCast folder now. You'd think it would pay attention where I just saved. Maybe not.
Could it be the one you last saved to versus the one you just accessed?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
But the export folder, maybe Jill's got a, she said, maybe people like to always save to the same location.
She's noodling.
Yeah, for Hindenburg. I think that. Yeah, I mean, I could see, there's probably just people who like it the other way. I mean, I'm right, but.
Of course. As you always tell the developers of your apps.
Most people don't have a, you always do to one folder? All of your podcasts or all podcasts go into one pile? Oh, what kind of anarchy is that, Jill?
In case Lindsay is listening, I think it was a success that they can stream anything while we're doing the podcast here.
I think so.
Yeah.
It seemed to, I mean, I'm not the right person to ask. Live audience, what do you think? Did it go okay?
And it's really the people watching on YouTube, but it's not, I don't think it's a Discord thing. It's more the video.
Okay, where is their automatic show notes and chapters?
YouTube or the podfeed.com/live.
Start prediction.
YouTube was fine. Thank you.
All right, now we're really going to hammer it because I'm uploading the file, and that's always the slowest thing here. Oh, you don't save your files? Wait, while you're recording, you don't save? Chill. Are you?
Well, maybe Kevin or Sandy need to attend the.
Oh no! There goes. She says I do save. Yeah. So it's the Hindenburg pile, right?
Thanks, Mike.
Good. Oh, your folder you never look at? Okay. All right. Well, I think we are a wrap. It's 5:57.
Yeah,
Good timing.
Kurt just hinted we're done.
Kurt just hinted we're deep into the sausage now. Okay, fine. All right, everybody. It was fun having you. Bye, Rose.
Yes. Thank you all. It was fun. Happy Father's Day to you fathers out there.
Yeah. Goodbye.